Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Where Fresh Mind News, the podcast where we break down the most relevant news from around the world with a focus on health, wellness, and of course, global controversies. I'm Martha, your host, and today I have a very special guest with us, Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Martha. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here and discuss this very interesting and, at the same time, concerning news.
And what a story we have today. We're going to talk about a topic that has generated a lot of buzz recently: Coca-Cola and its controversial ad campaign in Bangladesh that didn't go as planned.
Exactly, Martha. The story starts with an old accusation that Coca-Cola benefited from illegal Israeli settlements through one of its factories located in the occupied West Bank. According to NPR, back in 2018, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights identified over 200 companies that allegedly enabled and benefited from these settlements. Coca-Cola was one of the companies under scrutiny.
That's right, Mary. And as a result of this controversy, public perception of Coca-Cola in certain regions started to shift negatively, leading to a significant drop in sales, especially in parts of the Middle East and Asia.
In an effort to counter this decline, Coca-Cola's franchise in Bangladesh launched an expensive advertising campaign featuring a well-known television star in South Asia. But that effort didn't go as planned. In the commercial, actor Sharaf Ahmed Jibon plays a shopkeeper offering a Coca-Cola to a regular customer on a hot day. The customer declines, implying that it comes from Israel, though he doesn't mention the country directly. From there, the shopkeeper goes on a quest to find the source of the information, which turns out to be an unreliable Facebook page.
Exactly, Mary. And in his attempt to correct the customer's perception, the shopkeeper explains that Coca-Cola doesn't come from that place and has been consumed in 190 countries for 138 years, including Turkey and Spain. He even mentions that Palestine has a Coca-Cola factory, which led some young people to reconsider their political objections and consume the drink. But there was a serious issue with this claim.
Yes, Martha. The problem arose when it was discovered that the so-called Palestinian factory mentioned in the ad was actually an Israeli-owned bottling plant operating in a settlement in Jerusalem, considered illegal under international law. The ad aired during a 2020 World Cup match between India and Pakistan, so millions of people saw it immediately.
And the reactions didn't take long, did they? Protests broke out on the streets and on social media in Bangladesh, where the ad was labeled as propaganda. In response to public outrage, Coca-Cola pulled the ad within 72 hours, but the damage was already done.
What's interesting, Martha, is how the company not only had to pull the ad, but also canceled another commercial that had been filmed as part of the same campaign, but was never aired. And as you mentioned, the regional Coca-Cola franchise was already dealing with a 23% drop in sales before this incident.
Additionally, apologies quickly followed. Both the actors and the producers issued public apologies, assuring that in the future, they would only participate in projects that respect human rights. However, the strongest criticism came from experts like Paul Argenti from Dartmouth University, who pointed out that Coca-Cola was too slow in pulling the ad and issuing an apology, something a company of its stature shouldn't be able to do without consequences.
It's a complicated situation for such a global company. The lack of a quick and adequate response has severely impacted its reputation in the region. This case serves as a reminder of how important it is to handle communication and marketing carefully, especially in situations as sensitive as this one.
Absolutely, Mary. And with that, we conclude today's episode. Thank you all for joining us. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, and share it. We'd also love to hear your thoughts on this controversial topic, so leave your comments below. See you next time.
Thank you, Martha. And thanks to everyone for listening. See you in the next episode. End of podcast.